Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show we are going to have Paul. Paul is from England in the UK. So let's see what Paul has to say. Enjoy the interview. Amazing. So hello Paul, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How you doing? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. So tell me, how's your weekend going so far?
Good, busy. I have a wife, two children, so we have our kids clubs out and about. Today we've been out for a long walk over a big park where kids just run around and keep them happy. And had lunch out,
Wow,
so it's been good for Sunday. Get rid of the Sunday
amazing.
blues, and now talking to you, so all good.
So tell me, what has been the highlight of your weekend so far?
Got highlights. Just spending time with family. We had a busy few weeks because of the Easter holidays. Been away, so just yeah. I mean, I was back to work last week. My day job up in London, so it's just basically just spending time with the kids and just catching up at home and just downtime's good, especially when you get to my age. So it's just important just to chill. And especially time with the children's important. So they're all good.
Tell me, where are you from, Paul?
Me, so originally I'm Romford based out in Essex. Was under now sort of under East London, but it's under Essex, but people know it as under East London, Romford now. But I was originally born, Rush Green Hospital there. Born at 1981, so lived there with family, mum and dad, sister. So I had spent quite a bit of time there, and I moved out now further out to sunny Bredericke, which is further out in Essex. Been here.
Okay.
Been here for sort of over 13, 14 years.
Wow. So tell me something interesting about the place you live right now, your hometown, something that stands out compared for the place in the UK.
God, this is Essex. No, I suppose here it's sort of quieter and not too quiet. So it's a nice town. It's got rugby club, football club, cricket. If you like
Okay.
all your sports, obviously social scene, a little bit quieter, but lots to do eating and pub wise, seen bands. It's just a sort of a quieter town and also not too far from London and also
Mm-hmm.
from the other side of Essex going. Probably had a few calls from people from Southend. The beach is not far away and we're quite
Wow.
close to London. So it's sort of perfect. Basically, where I was from Romford now, it's very, very a lot busier from when I was there because there's flats everywhere in the town, right central town. So with Billericay, it's sort of a bit quieter and just sort of right for the children as well. Good schools. So yeah, it's good.
I see. And what do you do for work, for living?
I've been doing sort of facilities management for 25 years. I had
Oh,
15 years working for a music company, and I had 2 years in a theatre,
wow.
and now sort of in a corporate company now for the last nearly 2 years. With facilities management, it's sort of hard services, soft services, engineering sides, project works. When you go, you've probably got friends working commercial offices. They just go and do their job, right? Accounts, marketing, sales. But these offices need running by a team of people. So I've got a team of 12 people from sort
Wow.
of engineering, reception, cleaners, coordinators, and we coordinate and plan works as and when I come in. Sort of have a big budget. I work for a facilities management company, a really good, supportive, but we're working for the client, so got a lot of responsibility, but you get left alone to deal with it.
I
And
see.
I suppose with that, with my sort of sideline work, I've been sort of involved in doing sort of supporting artists, voice and film work for like the past
Wow.
5 years. That's what I originally started at when I studied and had a long break, but decided just to go for it sort of just before COVID again. So I'm sort of quite busy with that and with doing sort of part-time sort of supporting independent film industry.
Wow. What do you like the most about being involved in the movie industry?
Again, similar with my day job, it's a team of people. Like sort of two projects I've done recently, one called Jitters and another one called the ROP Man. With Jitters, Mark Zanet, who directed it, and with Jamie Lannon with the ROP Man and Rhys Thompson who wrote it. It's a team of people. So when you are on set on location, it's a smaller team. It's not like hundreds of people on set. It's a sort of smaller scale, and they make you feel part of it. And you get to know everyone. With the supporting artists, well, they say take a book review, but you don't need to because you're there connecting. So I'm talking to the cameraman, talking to the sound guy, talking to the assistant film director, talking to other actors, supporting artists that are writers themselves, that have creating their own projects. So it's just a big network and a team effort. It's sort of no snobbery with it. Everyone just sort of works and collaborates together, and that's what we really enjoy about it. It's sort of just, again, similar to my day job. You work as a team. It's your team that makes your projects do well. You need your people around you. If you've got people turning up on time, people there not moaning, it can be long days, especially on location. We had one day I did for I think it's like 12 to 14 hours, but it's just the day goes quick because you're enjoying it and you're working with everyone.
Totally amazing. All right, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey, okay?
Yep, go for it.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Go for it. Go for it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Go for it. I like it.
Amazing. Before I start the interview, Paul, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Sure.
Amazing. First question is, who are you most thankful for and why?
Wow. Who am I most thankful for? I suppose my family and my wife sort of being supportive, I've been lucky, sort of my mum and dad, they just had their 55th wedding anniversary,
Wow.
So I was lucky with my childhood, they were together, they was together, and I suppose their normal upbringing, sort of working class upbringing, but, I was they were supportive with me and my sister in what we wanted to do through college, uni, work, whatever we wanted to do. There was no, so again, I had good upbringing, so support we were there. Also, I suppose with my wife as well. So we've got 2 children, looking at helping to look after the home. She works part-time, but just being supportive of each other and just, allowing to do, I have long days in my job at work, and also with doing supporting artists work takes away a few days, but don't do a lot of it. But it's just, getting just having that support there, I suppose. It could go the other way. So no, I'm lucky that element.
What's the biggest joy of being a dad? What do you like the most about it?
I suppose it's just that responsibility, just, if I'm ever having a bad day, sort of work, I'm sort of thinking, why am I doing this? Because I'm, keeping the children happy and they're getting things and they're enjoying, they're doing clubs they want to do, and you've been supported to them. And it's just great seeing them. I suppose I always knew, but I think it surprised people when I did come a dad, but I always knew I wanted to be. I was a little bit older, sort of in my early 30s, but I always, knew I'd be a parent, and it's just great having a responsibility and seeing them happy. Now, like we had a recent holiday, I was swimming with both my daughters every day. It was just playing with each other, just, they was doing activities. It's just seeing them being happy, and just, the smallest things can keep them happy. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them. It's just simple things. And it's their memories as well. A bit like my memories as a kid. I didn't ever go to Spain as a child. I always used to do UK holidays, but I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people. Again, it's probably helped me with all the work that I do in terms of meeting people. I can walk into a room of people. I'm not like nervous. Just get on with it. Talk to them. Integrate people in that are nervous, just, and I suppose it just builds up and giving that confidence back to my children as well. So they're ready, when you start in that first day at college, that first day at school, that first job, meeting you somewhere, around a load of people, some people, it's quite different, but it's just getting that confidence so they feel, and they feel confident when they're older.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it.
Go for it.
Yes, you can always dance with me for sure. Next question is, what does success mean to you?
Oh, I suppose success is just achieving your goals in a way you're not hurting others, or you're achieving goals because you've earned it off merit. And it's not about the money with me. It's just about having that sense of like, especially where I've done a couple of film premieres in the last year, and where you are with the team and supporting the director, the writer, producers, it's their project. And even at work when we're doing like we do sort of team days where we
Mm-hmm.
have to gather together. I mean, I've done singing, I've done cooking, I've done all kinds of things, but it's just having that. And like when we've won at teams of 6, when we've won and we've done it as a team, and it's just seeing others happy, and it's their experience as well. And I suppose with success, it's just, you know, praising others as well, because sometimes we all need that bit of praise, I suppose.
Totally. What's the biggest joy of being Paul? What do you like the most about being?
God, that's a good one. I suppose it's just, you know, I'm halfway there now. I'm 45, so I've done a lot. I realise because I've got my nephew who's 20 now, and I was
Wow.
with him the other week, and you realise in your 20s, you sort of like, you know, you get your earning money, and you're
Yeah.
in that fast. It goes fast, and then you sort of settle down, which I did. You know, settled down with my wife. I've got 2 children, but that period, 30 to 40, because now I'm just like, right, it's now or never with it, and enjoying it and having fun still. You know, I've worked with people before. Oh, you get to 40, and it's not. I mean, I'm having as more fun, especially after COVID as well. I think you realise, you know, you just need to get on and do it. Um,
Yeah.
not I've ticked a few things that I wanted to do. Um, yeah, you know, just tick what but tick the boxes that I wanted to do, and just go for it, and just not holding back really. And I suppose,
Totally.
yeah, and just being to do something with your hobby. Like, people that know me well, I was always into film back in the day. At college, my friends Amjad and Kevin, we made this video, and it's now on YouTube. It's got over 70,000 hits. You know, we stuck on there about 10 years ago, but it's just, I'm getting back into doing what I should have done. I had a big gap, and you know, and that, I suppose, happiness pays off at home as well, because the kids can see you're happy. You know, you just, yeah, it's that
Totally.
really.
Amazing. Yeah, I think we and when you reach certain age, you just enjoy more life. You see life in a different way, and you feel like, my God, I can explore this, I can explore that, you know. And it's a great feeling to be for sure in this mindset. Amazing.
Definitely.
Next question. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me, you know, already I can see how much you appreciate about being involved in the movie industry. But I could see some of your posters on Instagram, and I believe you are a bit inclined to horror movies. Is that right?
It appears like that. With the independent world, I suppose there's a lot of horror. I mean, being made,
Yeah,
especially. I got to the guys in Sussex. I mean, this is mentioned about Jamie Landon and Reece Thompson, the RP man. Reece actually is from Essex, but you know, I saw your interview with Owen Llewellyn, who's the RP man.
yeah,
Great guy. Yeah, and there's a lot going on in the Sussex area, and I suppose in London as well, where I work with Mark and Jitters. But I'm sort of touching on other areas. There's another filmmaker, Ryan J. Smith, who's in Manchester. He's done a comedy, and I just did a few lines for it, but in a comedy way. So and also he's got another project working on that's away from horror. So it appears more horror, but there's a lot of it out there. That's the thing. But there is other genres. We'll sort of go into gangster films, I suppose, is another one. Big one. It's a couple of projects sort of being lined up there that I may get involved in. But yeah, with horror, I mean, especially getting into it, I didn't realise it's a big market. And when I went to, it's a film festival, probably heard of it, at Southend, Horror Fest. And when I was there, to promote The Cellar, which was Jamie's project, I did a few lines of voice and film for that. And there was these Americans from Nashville, New York, in sunny Southend. And it's like, what the hell are you doing in Southend? I just spoke Southend, but it's because the film festival's so known, and that
yeah,
market and the horror market. We all know, like, Friday the 13th and Halloween and Freddy Krueger, but they love it. They love the independent. It's a big market, you know, and there's a lot of investment for the, you know, the UK guys and the teams I've mentioned from that. So it sort of appears, yes, I do like horror, but yeah, I'm sort of looking at touching on more different genres. Definitely, you know,
I,
yeah, action, gangster, comedy. But let's see what happens.
amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, if you could read minds for a day, And if you could choose one person to read their mind, who would you choose and why?
God.
One person,
Oh God.
for any reason.
Yeah, I suppose like going back to actors, we always say sort of De Niro, Pacino. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is one whose recent projects, and it's just he's a man of sort of mystery in some ways because he doesn't give much away, and you sort of wonder how they go about. I mean, you read a line about how they prep for roles, but what actually goes on? And I always say, this is what I probably annoy the hell out of people and say, what do you do on a Monday? On a Monday, I'm going into London on the, 6 a.m. I'm up on the train in Central Line. What do you do on a Monday? I'm just getting up casually, going for a swim, start writing, someone that can afford it, someone that don't have, someone that do it full time. So it's getting in that mind. What do they do? Obviously they're working, but it's just, what is the day in the life for them like? Yeah, yes, we can guess, but it'd just be interesting to see what is it like,
Totally. And what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
God. Having a good time and don't let the bad eggs get you down. I've had it before where I've worked with one or two narcissists that ruin teams of people, and you've just got to just get out of that situation. I think it's all about money. You people stuck in jobs and they put up with it, but just you can get out of it. There's great opportunity out there. I mean, you can get a job tomorrow. You just get out there, and just don't let the bad eggs get you down. And you can go on to another team. You can start again. You find the happiness again. Like, and if you've had a job that's been really great and you've moved jobs because of money or you've moved jobs because to work local, and it sometimes just doesn't work out, but you can find that again. It's taken me 6 years. They're saying I had fun 2 years working in the theatre world. That was interesting. But I had a couple of years where, but I found it again. And you have to be patient. Sometimes you have to be patient with things. That's what I've realised getting older. And it doesn't, like when you was younger, the fun would happen every other day, or, you was in that bubble, right? 18 to 21, even when you're 21, 26, it's like, wow. But now you're older, sometimes you have to be a bit patient with it.
Totally.
And it does come back. And get yourself out there, get in touch with people, message people. If it's something you want to do, if you want to pick up an instrument, if you want to get in creative, or you want to get into sports or join a club, that's the thing. All these people I've met lately, they're all doing different things, like, and because they've got it off their own back, or connections, contacts. Oh, how do you do that?
Totally.
You can spend all day Googling, but sometimes it's better to, when you're meeting groups of people and you're getting ideas, you're not copying them. It's just like, oh, I didn't know that. It's
Amazing.
good.
Yeah, networking, meeting people, there's always a beauty behind, you learn, you be open-minded, there's a great feeling when you are open-minded and connect with others as well. And as you said, you always can start a new career, you always can start something new, there's always opportunity out there. Just need to embrace and just be open-minded and just go for it, and things will come.
100%.
Amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Wow. I should have danced then. I missed that.
Before the next question, tell me something. Tell me 3 names of 3 artists in the movie industry that you always been inspired by or being fascinated about their work. 3 names.
3?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. One's got to be Michael J. Fox. I mean, like, anyone that knows me well, I think the Back to the Future series is like, for my favourite. Back to the Future 2, especially where, you go to 2015 and just the whole set. There's a really good interview with Elijah Wood, who was actually like a supporting artist there. He was just a kid. He's like my age, a year older, about being in there in that courthouse square, and just, the props of the hoverboard, in the cafe with the Pepsi machine. God, my brain's gone. Just be in that film as a kid, and you always, like, when you watched it and you want to be Michael J. You just wanted to be there. And I suppose what he's gone through, it's like wow. And he's got an interesting book called Future Boy, where he talks about the Back to the Future, and the actor that he replaced, Eric, they met a couple of years ago, and that was interesting reading that, because I didn't know that, he replaced this actor, and years later they're meeting up to talk about it, sort of. It's just a really interesting read, and as we know, he's an interesting guy. Second one, Val Kilmer's another one. He passed the other year, and I suppose growing up, he was always quite cool. I mean, you probably see from my profile, Heat, one of my other favourite films. He was in The Doors, obviously Top Gun. He just had a coolness about him. Everyone knew about his bad behaviour, on set. But when you read about other things about him, he was just sticking up for other people, But he's just a cool guy. I suppose I should say a female actress. But,
yes, but a female in your list. Need to have a female as well in your list.
I should have a female. That's for female. I suppose Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman, right?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. Wow.
She was a powerhouse back when I was a kid. It was like, wow, she was feisty. Wow. Yeah, but she's a good actress, versatile.
Okay.
A lot in her career. Yeah, and she's great. Power.
Okay, so now the question is going to be a bit tougher now. So let's pretend that, the second one you mentioned is still here with us, okay, today. Let's pretend that.
Yeah.
One day, you're going to wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls on your phone from those 3 you just mentioned right now.
Yeah.
Which one you're going to call back straight away? Which one you're going to send a message? I'll call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, just ignore them for now. Tell me.
Oh, Michael J. Fox, definitely the first one.
You call back straight away.
Yeah. You got to. Michelle Pfeiffer, number 2. And then Val at 3. He won't care.
You'll be normal. Amazing. Next question is, how do you make friends?
Wow. Yeah. I suppose you should know this, because I've made a lot the last couple of years. My closest friends, my friends from school, my best man ushers. So my friend Nick, I've known since I was 4, so over 4 years. And my friend Kev, since I was 7. Tesh and Money, we call him Money, he's called Paul. So I've got sort of 4 friends from back in the day that I've known over 30 years, I say one of them 40. So I know I'm always good at keeping friends. But yeah, I suppose it's just involving people in, and just talking, like, especially when you're being set, you see some people standing around their own, just go and talk to them, or get them to join into the conversation. Come over here. And it's just being not selfish, I suppose, in asking about, what do they do? Like questions you're asking me, if some people want to talk, some people don't. We talk about anything, we try and avoid politics, but no, joking. Just talking to them, asking about them, how's their day, even simple things, how are you doing? Just asking. We did RP Man 2, I did a day a few weeks ago, and there was a scene, again, only supporting artists, but there was a couple of lads, you've probably seen on my posts, we've got podcasts, I've never met them before, and we had this actor who was in the scene, he's playing snooker, but we had to sort of improvise, and this actor had to talk to another actor, Matt, who's great at the bar, with Faye, who's behind us, she's great. But Jamie just let us improvise for 10 minutes, didn't even know each other, but like we was improvising, the camera was rolling, and we was having such a laugh. How it's going to work when the scene's edited, I don't know yet, but it should work. But whether or not how much of our voices you hear, but it's just, we were just having such a laugh because we were sort of very similar age and talking about things were interesting, obviously the film world as well. But it's just getting on with it, and then was integrating other, sort of one or two of the others, come over, and then it's just having fun.
Okay, so those 4 friends you mentioned now, they are watching this interview, and you have a moment and opportunity to send them a message. What would you say they're watching?
Pass the pod.
Huh?
Pass the pod. That's a saying, because I've got a podcast. Pass the pod, pass it on. So I'll be like, pass this interview on and get more likes.
Amazing. Very good.
I hope that makes sense.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you. is, how would you like to be remembered in life?
God. Someone that had a good time and
Mhm.
passionate about what they did and put effort into things, I suppose.
Wow.
You know, he's someone that was always reliable, always turn up for things too early. Would not stop talking about film. But someone that sort of have a good time, and looking after others, and being a good dad and husband, I suppose. So I
Oh,
first from both, yeah, and especially that the most important thing, the family as well.
totally.
So,
And
also,
what would be the title of your memoir one day?
um, wow, I didn't think about that one. You got me. You've got me.
Yeah.
Um, God, uh, it's got to be something. The journey from Essex to Hollywood and back.
Oh my God, I love that. It's amazing. Oh
There you
wow.
go.
I love it. And when people they read your memoir, what's something, a message that would you like people to take with them?
Um, just get on and do it. Just
Hmm.
just do it. Just if you do it once, you mess up. It's a bit like you want to start learning to play the guitar, right? You have a bad lesson, didn't like the instructor, well, go and book another one up with someone else.
Totally.
Don't just give it up. And I suppose
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, good thing where I'm at my workplace now, if the team make mistakes, we have this thing called lessons learned. It's not about start putting someone in a room and shouting and raving. Oh God, it's about working with them to get better.
totally.
And that's the thing. I think, and that's the thing to remember with anything. Get on with it, and you can make a mistake, and you just keep going again until you get it right, and you'll get good at it.
Totally. Last question, ready?
Go for it.
Let's do it. Last question. You like dancing?
Yeah, but I shouldn't be doing it now. I'm 45.
No,
You,
it's never too late. It's never too late for dancing. You always can
I've
dance
two
anytime.
left feet, but yeah, I like to have a boogie. Yeah.
Before the last question, Paul, you mentioned a few times about family, about your kids, about your wife, and it's beautiful to see. I think in the end of the day, it's down to our family for sure. They're always going to be there supporting you. If you can share, tell me how did your path cross with your wife for the very first time? If you can share.
Oh, with us was obviously when we obviously went on a date. So we all connected, was messaging each other, and then we just went on the first date um, near her local workplace,
Wow.
and then on the first date was I suppose was all, but was speaking a bit before online, and then we met, and then we had a lot in common, and we just hit it off. I think I blew out the candles at the table within the first 10 minutes, and
Oh, sweet.
me feeling like an idiot. No, but I blew him out talking. I don't know, and then she was laughing her head off. So it was just that bit of banter. I suppose the fun was there,
Uh-huh.
and she sort of liked my silly personality at times. But no, I think it was just we both sort of had a lot in common with what we wanted to do, sort of socially and work and family. And I
Uh-huh.
suppose she wanted. I knew she wanted to have a family at some point. And she had a great, really good settled life as well with her mum, dad, and sister and family who've been great, welcoming us in. So we just connected and just went from there, really. Yeah.
Wow. And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from her?
Oh, God, what's she talking to me? I suppose it's just, God, got to go in, huh? I suppose it's just settle down, like slow down. Like I was sort of at 100 miles an hour, I suppose, before I
Uh,
met her. I was working in West London commuting. I was out too much, and I suppose she sort of. I realised, sometimes you just got to slow down. I had to
yeah.
just slow it down and get, um, just slow down and be in sort of a family way, and just I don't need to be out all the time, I had
Totally.
different groups of friends at work, and it was just it was I sort of let go of a few people that was weren't really close friends, and just remember who the core friends were, and just slow it down and ready to set up home. Which we did.
Amazing. Last question for you is, tell me your funniest memory of your time at school.
Funniest memory.
Funniest memory of your time at school. Tell me, when you think about your school memories, what's the memory that comes to your mind?
I think it was like the last day, because last day, everyone, not just actually leaving, everyone just seemed to like talk to each other. And I think there was just like everyone was drawing each other's shirt. I mean, I came home covered in words I can't even speak, and everyone was so excited. I mean, I had a good schooling. I mean, as I say, I had friends from junior school, went into senior school. I'm still friends with them now, as I said before. But yeah, that last year was fun because you knew, or the last 6 months, you just knew because you was going to college, because college was like, it was like great, But everyone just, it was that last day, and everyone just seemed someone's drawing each other and throwing stuff. I don't know, being silly, but it was just that sort of relief, I suppose. Just, I enjoyed the school, but yeah, it was just ready to move on.
Amazing. And who was your favorite teacher?
God. Favorite teacher, I suppose I had a good English teacher, Mr. Watson, in my last year, and he was really encouragement because he used to get people to stand up and read and present. I remember people were mortified, but I think I was mortified at the start. But what it was, it started to give you confidence, especially when I went into college and I did media studies, so we had to do a lot in front of the camera, a lot behind it, a lot of just, it's not easy for some people to do. And I think he gave us all that confidence because it was the last year. I remember we always had to stand up and reading books and reading to each other, class full of people. It's not easy. You're a bit older at 15, 16, but I just remember that confidence.
Wow, amazing. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to say some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Go.
Let's start with money.
Money, not important. I know it is important, but not that important.
Fear.
Don't give up.
Family.
Love.
Life.
Enjoy.
Love.
Special.
Religion.
Not a fan of it. But I'm not joking. Religion, I suppose it's important for people that are into it.
Okay. Sex.
Special.
Okay. Politics.
It's important, but I'm not into it.
Friendship.
Important. You need people to rely on, to go to.
One word for desire.
Oh. Chase.
Regret.
None.
Success.
Happiness.
One word for wish.
God, these are good. I know this for asking ages. Wish. I keep thinking the word success all the time, but
Not wrong.
Yeah, wish for happiness, success. Just getting your dream goal.
One word for happiness.
Your achievement. Yeah, achievement.
One word for Essex.
Fun.
One word for England.
Oh, great fun.
And the last one now, one word for the movie industry.
Oh, creative.
Amazing. Let's pretend now we're going to meet your wife for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Paul with one positive and one negative word only. What should say about you?
Oh, God.
She say, oh, God. I'm joking.
Sorry?
She say, oh, God. I'm joking. I'm just joking.
No. Positive. I work hard.
Okay.
because, yeah, I'll probably another time. But yeah, she knows I work hard, especially when
Okay.
I'm in a situation. Yeah, and then was it the negative?
Yeah.
Probably sometimes I'm ready too early for things, and just I'm always like, right, something's coming up. I'm always preparing too early, or don't know. Yeah,
I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. I'm literally always like, since I'm from Brazil and since I've been living in England, I became very English on time. I'm always earlier. I'm always early for everything, like you said. I'm always early. People go like,
yeah,
"My God, how is possible?" I said, "I don't know. It's just me. I need to get things done here like quicker." And I get your point. I know you. I understand your point for sure.
cool.
Let's play now Paul and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's see you dancing one more time. Let's do it. Yes. Okay, you
Yeah,
can ask me. You can
cool.
ask me a question now, Paul.
What is your bucket list trip like?
Great question. Great question. I love traveling, and there are so many places I haven't been yet. But there is a place, Paul, that has been in my mind for quite a while now, and I'd love to go there to spend at least 3 weeks to get to know a lot. I'm very connected with the Japanese culture, and I'd love to go to Japan. I can't wait one day to go to Japan, explore a little bit the country, their culture. I'm so fascinated about the way, the Japanese culture is. And yes, my bucket list. I'd love to go to Japan and spend some time there, to understand more. And I think I'm going to come back a different person. That's for sure. I think the way, I used to work in a 5-star hotel in London before, and we had some Japanese guests at the time, and the way they talk to you, the way they look into your eyes, the way they appreciate you, it's amazing. I've never seen anywhere else. So yeah, I'll go to Japan for sure. My bucket
I was
list.
gonna say, the client I work for in London is a very known Japanese company, so the people are
Yeah,
so different and kind as well.
kind. Yes,
I
kind
mean,
is the
I have
best.
random stuff left on my
Yes,
desk. Like
totally.
they're
Yeah,
very good in presents, and when they leave, they give everyone a gift, even a small thing. But I've
yeah.
had brought a lot of Japanese food home, and
Totally. Yes. It's something about their culture that is kind and respect. There's a lot of things there for sure. Yeah.
cool.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, good. One or two questions threw me, but yeah, it was good fun. I
Thanks
like
again.
it.
Oh, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and accept my invitation. I know you're a busy man and we make the time for the interview. So I appreciate your time for sure. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Just Professor said, keep touching on about it. Just stay happy and just be positive and get out there and and do something.
Totally.
Just don't let others ruin it. And it's not all about money all the time. You can get on with things and just have a good time.
Totally amazing. Amazing. Regards to your wife, regards to your family and friends, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay, enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.
Take
See you
care.
later.
Bye bye. Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.